Look alive, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans around the world. We are time traveling right now. This is episode 2.2, season 2, episode 2 of the GOAT Guest Interview Mountain special. It is currently Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2023, and we're recording this on Thursday night, so we've got a game going, but I am joined by one of my favorite radio personalities, Twitter follows, whatever you want to call it. Fortunate to have met the guy due to football and sports and absolutely outrageous prop bets and dart throws. Mr. at PSR host guy, it's Eric from Patriot Sports Radio, among other shows that I will let you, I know them all, but you.
Yeah, we do love a good dart throw. We do
Yes.
Patriot Sports Radio. That's a podcast. We've done live streams of that too. You got the Clark Griswold Moose mugs. That's incredible. That's festive. And then we got Wake and Rake every Sunday morning during football season. Of course, the golf show, Plus Money Golf. That's probably the most profitable.
Hottest show on the planet, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how y'all ended last year, but I love listening to that show because it comes out Tuesdays during golf season, and then I'm building my lineups on Wednesday. So,
Wednesday mornings it comes out. Usually we record Tuesday nights. Those guys, Adam's a PGA member, so he knows what the hell he's talking about. And then Smitty is a caddy at Aaron Hills for over 10 years, so they figured out. I hear a lot of these people on like a lot of gambling shows say golf is random and it's the hardest sport. Like, I don't know. I just know the right guys, I guess.
Yes, those dudes. Listening to the amount of behind the scenes stuff that they know, and their insight is top notch. Like when they go through the lists and all the stuff you guys do, the information, and they're talking about these guys, are like, yeah, this guy was playing this way, and he's really good at this type of, this course fits his game, and the reason it does all, and then you're just listening. And I'm like, holy cow, dude! Like, I'm just like, where is this guy from? Does he have any hometown connection? Who did he date in high school that I can make a slide about?
Yeah. Yeah, some of these little like the John Deere, they have completely dialed in. It's like some people don't care about these tournaments at all. Like, all right, well, somebody's 40-1 that's going to win, and if we can figure out who that is, then I love the John Deere.
I think Tex from our show has been to the John Deere quite a few times.
It looks like a good time.
Yeah,
it's no waste management, but it looks like fun.
Bucket list waste management. So yeah, you got that. You got the Super Football podcast every Saturday morning, which is an absolute viral sensation on Rumble, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We got Will from Game On running that show. That's probably where that comes from, and he knows what the hell he's talking about. So does Cricket. I just met Cricket this season. I don't know what his real name is. I don't know what his last name is. It's all a mystery, but he knows college sports like very few people do. There's just it's a certain kind of brain because there's so many teams in college sports. To be able to keep it straight, you got to have one of those Rain Man type sports brains.
You have to watch a lot of it too. I mean, that's for me, playing fantasy football, things correlating that to college football. I'm like, when people, obviously I'm a Niners fan, but people, and the guys will probably kill me for saying this, my dad and I watched Brock Purdy play, and my brother Eric, or Tex, watched him
back
play
in Brocktober.
Yes,
the Cyclones days.
Back when he was playing at Iowa State. And then we watched a couple of preseason games, and my dad and I were looking at each other on the back porch, and we're like, dude, this is not okay. He's coming in playing garbage time. You watch the way he would layer throws and the way that he would anticipate throws. And if, you watched him all the way from college, you're like, dude, this is Aaron Jones was another of a guy that I remember. Was he at UTEP?
Yeah.
Yes. I remember watching him in UTEP, and then in the preseason, I was like, this guy's a freaking monster. And so I drafted him as a rookie.
His first preseason in Green Bay, we went to family night, and I was watching some preseason games, and it's just, he's one of those dudes where it just jumps off the screen. Like, okay, he's a running back. Like, this dude's going places. I didn't think he would end up for a year or two. He was arguably the best in the league. I didn't think he'd get to that height, but yeah, it was nice because we hadn't had one in so long. And then we got Eddie Lacy, who was excellent for the 2014 season. Then he discovered General Tso's chicken.
Yep.
It was never the same.
Hey, Dorsey Levens. I remember those days.
Dorsey the Horsey. Yeah.
Yes.
Back there with William Henderson, back when you could run a fullback.
Yes. I remember William Henderson. Was he number 33?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, man. I saw a highlight of Mike Allstott the other day. I was like, you got to be kidding me. People don't know.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No. The fullback. They want to try to bring the fullback, but you got Juszczyk's a good player, but he's no Allstott or Lorenzo Neal or Sellers. Like, come on.
Those guys are actual bulldozers.
Yes. Yeah. So it is, I mean, when people are listening to this, Christmas Eve, so we've got the Christmas hats on. If you're listening to the podcast, it's Christmas morning. Merry Christmas, right? What'd you get for Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
What'd you get for Christmas?
Oh, I'm a dad. I got a hoodie probably and a gift certificate to the gas station.
There you go. You could parlay that into some lottery tickets and really push your luck there. It's funny when you're in DFS or DraftKings or gambling or prop bets, you're like, how can I take that gift card to the gas station and figure out a way to get really small odds where I might have a chance to quadruple my money?
Turn this into 3 or 4 gift cards.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad, we just cut out the middleman and buy him scratch offs.
Yes, there you go.
So anybody over 50 in your family, you're safe to just give them scratch off tickets.
We have something left in this later in the show. I'm going to let you, because I think I've already taken that answer, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say. You know, we do polls. We interact and talk a lot on Twitter and back and forth on different shows. So, you know, we've been on those shows together. You are somewhat of a pun and dad joke connoisseur yourself, an all-time host, the host of Christmas Present, I would say. Big sports guy. Obviously, a Green Bay guy is what people are finding out, and a proptologist, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I've been waiting like 30 minutes to say that.
I'm going to see if that Twitter handle is taken, actually.
You have to get the Kramer sign for the banner. You have to.
Bets man.
The cash man.
The proptologist. Proptology, so much there.
It's the doctor is in. Oh gosh. All right. Okay, so currently we've got the Rams and the Saints here. This one looks like it's pretty much dead, correct?
Yeah. We need a Shaheed garbage time touchdown or Juwan Johnson. That'll help you DraftKings lineup.
Yes, Juwan some, come get some. And DeMarcus, like you said, you said what DeMarcus Robinson is going to make somebody's Christmas, is he not?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the captain spot for somebody who's about to get all their Christmas money redeemed.
You know? There goes Puka down the sideline. There we go, baby. Come on, dude. Cha-ching. I got a DraftKings lineup that's sniffing glory here.
I have a super flex team that has no business in the playoffs, and Puka might take us to yet another round, which would be fantastic.
Dude, fantasy.
I started the season with Justin Herbert and Anthony Richardson. Now I have to start Gardner Minshew and Jordan Love this week. But
I had Herbert, CJ Stroud, and now I'm playing Jake Browning, and I'm in the final 4. Yeah. So there was a year that I won it where I played Rex Burkhead. So
nice. Wow, Puka's up to 30 points, 29
Let's
and a
go.
half. That'll work.
Which means he's 45 as the optimal captain. Okay.
Wow, he's got 148 yards. Yeah, you picked the right captain.
Let's go, babe. No, I've made a lot of lineups, but you always want to diversify your score folio, as I like to say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You can't get too obsessed with the Rashid Shaheeds of the world. You got to get a Puka in there.
But those are 2 all-time names. So yeah, you're the host on Patriot Sports Radio. We kind of went over all that. You've got Patriots and Petticoats, all that stuff, and
that too.
Twitter and we've got a guy in here. We've got One of the other goats has joined.
What's up?
Outstanding. Now it's a party.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So yeah, you have the Patriots and Petticoats. You've got that going too. Your PSR host guy on all the. I mean, tell them where they can find you.
At PSR host guy and all the socials, and can find Patriot Sports Radio's social feed is at PSR NTWK. Like you'd put PSR Network on a license plate. People kept stealing our pages, taking the Twitter handles. We're down to the license plate, but we will not stop. We won't be silenced by these Russian bots.
We will never surrender. We will never acquiesce.
No, I've yet begun to fight.
Give
us
a
lot of Twitter handles in me.
Yes, right. You think you're talking to the wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't need numbers. I don't need numbers at the end of my Twitter handle.
No.
So tell us a fun fact. I mean, let's get this thing. I got a fun fact and an icebreaker question. So you give us the fun fact.
Well, I can never think of a fun fact, so I just started thinking about interesting things I did, and I remembered that I did save our lives at Woodstock 99 when we woke up on Sunday morning. You could tell that there was just something was going to happen. I've never felt that in the air before, like a vibe that's just so bad. You can feel something horrible is about to happen. It's like everybody was broke at that point. It was about 98 degrees every single day. Water was $4 in 1999 money, which was a lot. And at that point, everybody was broke. So people are just, and then we left. We got a hotel in Syracuse and turned on the TV, and there's flipped over cars on fire and everything. I'm like, see, you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. I consumed just the right combination of chemicals in there to be able to see the future, and I got us out of there. And also,
how many times is that?
Worst pizza ever. I'm like, isn't this? Well, I guess it's not New York City.
I just picture you now in every situation where you get like a little spidey sense. You're like, I've had this feeling before.
Yep, it's time to
go. Might want to get out of here.
Feeling a little Woodstocky in here.
Butch P, how we looking on DraftKings, dude? I mean, I've got a lineup that's up there.
Little Woodstocky.
Yeah,
that's the smoke rolls.
All right, icebreaker question. You're a Packers guy.
Yep.
Is Jordan Love the guy?
I think he is. I think we got to give him the money. I don't think you're going to go draft anybody wherever we're going to be able to draft who's going to be as good, unless you're some sort of fifth round gem psychic or something. But I mean, the kid's looking better all the time. He's learning. He's not. I've coined this new phrase, AI quarterback, for guys like CJ Stroud who only make a mistake once and then they learn from it, and then they just sort of build on that and sort of replicate, and they're just a better quarterback in like 8 games time. Jordan Love isn't that guy, but he is learning. He's got a decent completion percentage. I was a little disappointed at his yards per attempt, but I mean, he's right there with Patrick Mahomes in yards per attempt. That's how we'll put it. That's how we'll put it.
And some are saying he's the GOAT. Not us, but some.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of the Saints, he had that nice comeback. I think we were down 17 to the Saints, and he came back and beat them at home. So he's got, he gets kicked down, but he gets up. I like what I see. He's got a positive attitude. Most of all, the locker room loves him. These guys, before the season even started, Aaron Jones was talking about how he's a leader. He's our guy. We're going to play for him, blah, blah, blah. Which I thought was all talk, but they've kind of been proving it with their actions that they'll follow him into battle, and isn't that what you want? So I bet it's going to be like 40 a year. I think it's going to be like 5 years, 200, something like that.
Wow.
Oh.
But, I mean.
But he's been there. He's been there.
Yes.
He knows your system. He's certainly, as an unbiased opinion, has grown throughout the year. I mean, at the beginning, it seemed like he was struggling a little bit, but man, did he turn it on.
Dude, we were yelling for Sean Clifford by about week 6.
You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Nobody. Insert Penn State quarterback in the same breath as pretty much Alabama and Ohio State for most of the.
The only Clifford you want is the big red dog.
Yep.
And he's not walking through that door.
No.
He'll storm through it, but he doesn't.
It is interesting.
You want him at left tackle anyway.
Yeah.
It is interesting to talk to Packers fans about. It's just crazy. You get Favre.
We have a
get
distorted perception of quarterback. Like, we don't understand the journey to get a good one. We just always have had one.
You
and
look
now
at the
we're
Browns
like
or the
wandering
Jets, and you're like, what is that?
How do you live like that? Yeah, just wandering the desert looking for a quarterback.
And
Ricky
even
Bobby.
before that,
And then how do you deal with?
Wasn't Bart Starr quarterback
Yeah.
for Packers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He won the first couple Super Bowls.
Mm.
Then we had a real rough run in the 70s and 80s. They made Bart Starr the coach for a minute. That was a disaster. You don't want to do that.
But you're trying things. You know?
Innovating.
Yeah. That division has grown as the season has gone on as well. The Bears are playing very good defense.
Yeah.
Very good.
The Bears and the Broncos both really did a 180 with the defenses.
Mm-hmm. And the Vikings just won't die.
No.
They somehow, I guess that's the nature of the Vikings. And the Lions, I don't know what to make of them. So as a Packers fan, you got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it felt doable for a minute there. Like on Thanksgiving, I thought, hang on a second. Could we catch these guys? Like if everything breaks right? But now it's maybe wild card, maybe not. I haven't, since we've kind of lost a couple and fallen out of the in the hunt graphic a little bit, it hasn't bothered me that much because that's not where we're at. I would like to see Jordan Love play a playoff game and get that experience, even if he gets his ass kicked, though.
Yeah.
Would like to sneak in.
I love the wide receivers. I don't know what they're doing on defense. Their scheme this past week was atrocious. They would not get out of the too high safety look from what I saw.
We need a guy who knows what the hell to do with Quay Walker because that kid will have like 14 tackles in a game and he's flying all over the place doing everything right. And then he just goes out there and does incredibly dumb shit and loses the game with penalties and whatnot. So there's a good player in there. We just need a guy smarter than Joe Barry to get it out of him. You know what we need? We need Kevin Green back up here to coach the linebackers.
There you go.
That's where it all went downhill when he left. He couldn't stand Dom Capers, and they obviously needed to fire Capers, not let Kevin Green walk away.
Dude, that's two ex-Panthers right there, too.
There you go.
Yeah, and he had a solid career with the Panthers. When he left the Steelers, I thought he was pretty much out of gas. But he just kept going.
Well, the second year, Panthers went to the Super Bowl, right? Or the NFC Championship against the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And lost, obviously, because I think that was the year Favre won it. But, yeah, I mean, that was an incredible run there. Them and Sam Mills, they were pretty set up.
Yeah.
What about the
Kevin
running back
Green,
situation?
Greg Lloyd combination was unreal.
What do you do with the running backs? Is Aaron Jones where is he at?
I think he signed a contract to hang out for a couple more years, and he took a bit of a pay cut to do it. So I guess he'll just sort of be here until he sucks. AJ Dillon, we gotta replace him with a spark plug from the college.
So sad, man. I had such high hopes for AJ Dillon.
Yeah. Last year, I thought, all right, this is the year. Like, he's made progressions. He's starting to catch the ball a little bit. This is the year he breaks out and becomes the, like mini dollar store Derrick Henry. But
it just turns out that exactly what he did at Boston College, which was like average 4 yards a carry, is exactly what he did to a lesser degree at the Packers.
Yeah.
So you literally have to run him 40 times a game.
Which is,
would you take Jamal Williams back?
Ooh.
I don't know. I think Jamal Williams will run his course too.
Yeah.
I think it's time to get a rookie in there. AJ Dillon is a bit of a local celebrity now. He goes up to Door County. That's the peninsula on the hand that is Wisconsin, and they love him up there. They call him the mayor of Door County. Goes up there and eats fish fries. That's what I think it might be. A couple too many fish fries and old fashions. Not enough tape and ladder drills.
Too many farms late at night too.
Yeah,
apparently.
Maybe that was disturbing when I saw that he's up at 2 a.m. digitally farming. I said, hang on a sec.
He was.
That's not going to help
I
us.
saw those videos.
That's not going to help us in the red zone, buddy.
He's probably sitting there thinking, "Oh man, harvest season's coming, baby." Y'all
You
think
think
you
he
got
has
it
a
early?
farmers only account?
Yes,
Yeah.
farmers only. Oh
Yep.
man,
Probably
okay.
says it right there in the Farmer's Almanac. He's only going to have 500 yards this year. Don't get your hopes up.
Is it snowing out there?
Does he
No,
work better with a waning moon?
maybe.
What? Or
Not the Lions on
waxing or
Thanksgiving.
waning?
Not the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Not the
It's
Lions.
going to be 41 and raining for Christmas up here, which is arguably the worst. Mild snow is ideal. Fresh snow, that's the best you
Yes.
can have. Then like some frost at least would be nice, but mild weather sucks. I don't remember any rainy Christmases, but that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
We got Jawan running wild down the sideline, folks.
Do you want some yards?
Hey,
Go
Yeah.
Juwan Johnson.
it takes Juwan to know Juwan.
That's right. Oh, I got to. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm going to do a quick.
He ate
text.
up that one Juwan coverage.
That's right. Walking in a winter Jawanderland. Oh no! There we go. Get us off the rails, baby.
That's
Get
good
us off
stuff.
the rails. All right, that I'm somehow I've fallen down the leaderboard, so I'm not going to do that again. Who's the GOAT, LeBron or Michael? LeBron or Michael Jordan?
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Okay, we have to ask that as a show. We're obligated.
Yep.
Contractually.
People answer wrong, you end the show.
Yes, that's right. And then I rebuttal with how many
Well,
in-season
boot
tournament
Jim out.
championship banners does Michael Jordan have?
That's true.
Yeah, and bubble championships.
Never won during a pandemic. Never won an in-season championship.
No,
You're talking about adversity, my friend. I mean,
That's
against
what
all odds.
What a joke that was, an in-season tournament.
Oh gosh. All right. Eggnog Day. That's Happy Eggnog Day, everybody. That's a shout out Moose Glass. The sweetened dairy-based beverage is traditionally made with milk and cream and sugar and whipped eggs and spices. Originated in England.
Whipped.
Cool whip. Why are you saying it so weird?
Putting too much emphasis on the H.
H. That's what happens whenever we say Jawan. We're back to that.
What is that movie, Johan?
Don't mess with the Johan.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, who called a tutty?
There he is.
Yes.
He's in.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Never garbage points.
No.
Now we're cooking.
Let's go, Jawan Johnson. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't want to look. I'm not going to look. Maybe I should.
I mean, he probably has 15 points just off that drive.
I'm sorry I derailed the interview and the show, but this is when you're you know how it is when you're riding a hot. I mean,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I don't know where I'm at now. Where am I at? Okay, we've jumped back up into the top 150. Okay,
Boom.
everybody,
Nice.
remain calm. Remain calm.
Everybody,
we got
cool.
This is the pre-questions interview because I have more questions after this. That's just my way of throwing more questions in that I think of. So give us a little history lesson on where how you got into this. The Patriot Sports Radio, was that the first thing you did? And now you've kind of branched out and done all kinds of stuff. And your shows are absolutely electric to listen to.
Well, thank you. We did Patriot Sports Radio first, started in 22, like right before the Super Bowl, I think. February, March, we did our first episode. That was all Chris's idea. He was really sick of the sports content that's been available on the major networks and how they sort of have been focusing more on what they paint on the sidelines than what goes on between the sidelines. And the Leah Thomas stuff was his breaking point. He's like, they're not going to sit here and tell us that this dude is beating women in college swimming and he's the best women college swimmer. We're not going to have this. if we need to make our own to have normal, entertaining sports content again, then that's what we'll do. I was like, whoa, all right. And I've always known this guy to be a doer. But yeah,
Yes.
very shortly after that, we had all the equipment and we were rolling. He had, made all the necessary phone calls, set the whole thing up, got coach. And John was the first guy that came along. We were just sort of looking for somebody to write articles for us and sort of get on the team, help get the ball rolling. I figured it'd be some, idiot. Like, we're going to have to go through a dozen idiots before we find somebody we like. And he was just great right from the beginning. So we're like, well, shit, this is supposed to work, and then we just kept doing stuff. Chris is like, hey, I know a guy who has a PGA card. We should make a golf show. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, there's a bunch of shit I want to say that I can't say on our sports show. We should make Patriots and Petticoats and Save America. Well, we could probably find time to do that too.
And you have the what's her name, Schaus, who is
Heather Schaus. She's awesome, very knowledgeable. I kind of just sit there and I'll say something once in a while, but they know what they're talking about with the world stage.
Yes,
I'm more worried about what Rashid Shaheed's up to than Kim Jong, but
Shaheed,
gotta keep tabs on both.
I'm telling you what he's doing. And it's you guys have a schedule. I mean, every night, like, I'll pull up my podcast app. I'm like, oh, there's an episode. Boom. Or is it just you guys? Is there it's kind
Patriots.
of, I was going to say, it's like your show, like it's the personality of your show, though. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's sort of this whole ecosystem of shows. Patriot Sports Radio comes out usually weekly. We've had a couple hiatuses. Hiati? I don't know how you say that plurally. But because we're doing a lot of live stream stuff during football season with the Wake and Rake every Sunday morning. Then Patriots and Petticoats is Tuesday nights. Usually we record Patriot Sports Radio on Wednesday or Thursday night to get it out by the end of the week.
Yes.
Always something cooking.
Absolutely. How much you do a lot of props, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And you're in the gambling a little bit different than we are. We're in a different lane, but it's kind of props are kind of
they're
parallel to what we do.
They're cousins at least.
Yeah.
I
mean,
absolutely.
How much time do you put in quite the
Oh yeah. I've been my work schedule is 4 10-hour shifts, so I have Fridays off. So I spend probably 5-6 hours on Friday finalizing everything. But throughout the week, I'll listen to a bunch of podcasts. I'll do like some stuff with coaches. There's a show called the 33rd Team.
Yes,
With
I know
the 33rd Team, and then Moving the Chains has Pat Kerwin. He's a former GM. And it's just a different point of view. It gives you an idea what's going on in like these front offices, who they're motivated to give touches to or whatever. Sometimes you have to listen all day for one little nugget of information, but sort of throughout the week, I'll have a list that I'll just add to, like, oh, let's look at this guy. Let's look at this guy. So probably good 12 hours of like digging through numbers, crossing off names, highlighting folks, trying to figure out who the hell's going to get a sack this week. I thought I had that nailed. I was looking up the pass rush win rates and comparing it to the offensive lines and finding matchups, and it was working early in the season, but hasn't been lately. So I'm going to figure out why that is. It's an ever-changing landscape. It's 17 games, but it's a long walk to that 17th game.
You have kind of like the same thought process that we do, especially for me. And this is one of the questions I had in the second realm of questions. It was just, there's nothing that gets me more hype than scrolling down to the bottom of a showdown list on DraftKings and knowing that the $200 or $300 guy has a chance. Like, you show me one of those, and that's a party, baby. Like, that is my Super Bowl. I'm like, I am all in on this guy. I don't care who it is, who's not going to play him or anything, but if he hits, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Like Monday night, I was scrolling down the list, and as soon as I saw Jamal Agnew, I clicked on him, and then I looked him up on Sleeper. It was like, oh shit! Like, I gotta tell AK he's been activated. He's $300 if you put him in
I played
captain spot.
I played them that night too.
It's because there was, I don't remember, last year in a game, it was a real main slate, and I was like, Jamal Agnew's $3,000. And there was something that had happened, and I was like, we got to play Jamal Agnew. I got this feeling. And ever since then, every time I see his name, I'm like you did, you're like, he did it once. Yep. And Rashid Shaheed was kind of the same way. He was a dude that we would just throw in there to be like, if he gets one, it's going to be an 80-yard bomb.
Yeah. Yep. And did it tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wandale Robinson, these wild cards.
Love Wandale.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyron Williams just had a big run. I'm moving up the board, fellas. We're chasing history here. Okay, here's 7 different kinds of smoke questions. Totally random, unbiased right here.
Love it.
We're moving into another realm. Who is the NFL MVP? Don't be influenced by anything. Just speak your heart. But if you say Lamar Jackson, the interview's over. Say what you want. It's not that.
It has to be Purdy or McCaffrey.
No, get out. All right, it's over.
Purdy's a boring. I mean, he for some reason isn't that entertaining to watch. But when you look at his numbers, it's pretty crazy. He's throwing it 10, 12 yards. Every time he throws the ball, it's a first down. But you have to consider who he's throwing the ball to, which is, Brandon Ayuk, best right. George Kittle, 1,000-yard guy. Debo, 1,000-yard guy. Ayuk, 1,000-yard guy. Not everybody can do that. And they think about Ayuk as this afterthought, which is an advantage for him because anybody he throws the ball to is a Pro Bowler. So, sort of, how are you not an MVP candidate with that? So, is he not doing enough extra? I don't know. But if ever there was a year for a guy like Christian McCaffrey to get the MVP, I think it's a year like this where the Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen's are all Lamar Jackson. They're all underperforming. There's not a runaway defensive guy like a J.J. Watt who's got 2 touchdowns and like 20 sacks.
Deron Bland.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Pause.
3 months ago or 3 weeks ago.
I think it would be cool to see McCaffrey get it.
I agree. I don't really have it would be funny for Purdy to do it just because so many people have been saying he can't be the MVP just because he's Brock Purdy, right?
Are they is this because he followed Jimmy Garoppolo and they just figure that the quarterback of this offense is just a guy who throws the slant and doesn't turn it over?
I will say, watching Jimmy Garoppolo play for 2 or 3 years, I do not hold my breath anymore when the ball disappears out of the screen. That is a very nice feeling. It's like, oh, this might actually be a completion.
Yeah.
Because there's always 2 or 3 balls Jimmy G would throw that you're just like, oh no, every time he released it. But my rebuttal to the whole Brock Purdy plug and play quarterback, let's not forget that the running backs for San Francisco have also been plug and play. Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell. So the running back is just as guilty as stepping in there. It just so happens that CMC is insanely talented. But Elijah Mitchell was an absolute stud before Christian McCaffrey showed up, and Raheem Mostert before that, and Matt Breida before that.
They have been playing with fire, I think, how much they're playing CMC and when they're up 20.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. It's not fun to watch, but that was not a ploy, Butch, to get to talk about the Niners. I was generally curious about, because
I don't know who else it could be. It can't, even if Lamar beats the 49ers, I don't like that game's not for the MVP. I don't think it's close enough where it could be that.
See, I told you, Butch. I told him that the other night. This is not an MVP game.
It's the MVP.
No, it's not.
The MVP game for sure.
No.
I mean,
if Lamar were to run for
110,
110,
it is.
Yeah.
If he were to throw 3 touchdowns and run for 110 and another touchdown, then maybe.
I think that would close the gap for sure. But Purdy would have. I mean, if Purdy does, the margin for error, Purdy is, if he doesn't throw for 250 or 300 and 2 or 3 touchdowns, it's like, oh,
what do you even do?
Yeah. What is this? What's he doing? So I don't know. I was just curious. Everybody's poking holes and, but like you said, who else are you going to give it to?
Yeah.
It's Biden. All right. Next question. Who's the GOAT play-by-play sports analyst as a host yourself?
I like Kevin Harlan. I
Mm.
think Kevin Harlan is great. He's great off the cuff. Do you remember when that drunk guy ran on the field and he called it as if it was game action?
You gotta respect that, dude. And that's
the guy is drunk.
I should have, and I should have prefaced this with like current. It has to be current because my hat in the ring of all time is Doc Emmerich.
Yeah,
that guy is the greatest thing I have ever heard on a microphone in a sporting event.
Yeah, Doc Emmerich is the best.
He is, but he's not current. He hung up the headset, unfortunately.
I saw a video of him calling a race of his dogs running around the yard. It sounded like a hockey game.
You got to send me that because I need that right now in my life. Oh, Gus Johnson's pretty good too.
I was about to say that's who I was about to mention right there, Gus Johnson.
Dicker, the kicker. Except for, he does go a little over the top.
I think every game Gus Johnson calls goes over. You could just bet the over on all Gus Johnson games and probably get rich because he just brings crazy chaos with him.
Yes. In his pregame meeting, he's probably like, "Now look, you mother, this is a Gus Johnson game, and you better bring it."
Yep.
Okay. Next question. Which random colors? Which? I'm surprised you didn't say Tony Romo. Wait, who scored? Juwan?
A.T. Perry. No, A.T. Perry.
Oh, played him. A.T. Perry played him.
Ooh,
that'll help some other lineups. Which random color scheme? I just picked these random color schemes. Makes you the most mad. Blue and silver, navy and orange, or purple and yellow.
Oh, it's the purple and yellow. That's terrible. It's terrible.
Being a Packers fan, that has to be.
Oh, you're right. That's Vikings colors. I just picked a bunch of random colors. I'm sorry.
I remember it was I think it was Blades of Steel maybe had the Edmonton Oilers were yellow and purple. I'm like that's not right. It's not correct. If you're going to get the rights to use the name, I mean, let's get the colors right.
Blades of Steel was incredible. I remember that game. Okay, that wasn't a Cowboy. That was Honolulu blue. I should have put that in there. I'm sorry, Butch. That was not a Cowboy slide. That was the colors of the NFC North.
We got a one-score game in LA.
We do have a one-score game. We're getting everything we want right now. Oh no! We've fallen. We have fallen from grace.
Uh-oh. Somebody had A.T. Perry.
Yep. Steve Perry. Number 4. What is your guilty prop gambling pleasure? Like I was mentioning earlier, sports wise, like what is the one thing where you're like, I gotta have some of that. Like that's what gets me going.
I like the as far as football, I like the most on Sundays the red zone specials, like most passing yards. I was so mad at myself for not taking Baker to have the most passing yards last week. It was like 30-1. I did take the Bucks to score the most points, and I think the Niners got them by 1 point. Bastard. But I love and I guess it is really a guilty pleasure because I worry about the animals. I go on this offshore book that has greyhound races every 2 minutes, 24 hours a day. There's a greyhound race going off.
You got that dog in you.
Yeah. I'm like, let's throw 50 cents on this. I mean, I've hit a couple like 200-1 trifectas for 50 cents. That's a beautiful day right there. But then I'm researching like how do they treat the dogs? You'll find an article that says they treat the dogs great, but then you'll find one that says they treat them like shit. I'm like, well, these places are closing down. Maybe I should go to the Blackjack.
Man, that's a nice little. See, I knew we were gonna get something like that. I was, that's my guilty is the go down to the bottom of the lineup and start throwing in the 200 price guys on DraftKings. But I knew you had something a little. You You're no rookie at this, are you?
No. They're playing. I mean, they're playing hockey in Belarus at 4 a.m. So you just gotta look at the standings. Really, that's all the research you need.
I love hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're up in the Midwest, and this is something that where you could ask us a question. What's one thing you wanted to know? You may want to know about the Southeast. I was at a fantasy football draft one time from a bunch of guys in Oregon, from a guy in my physical therapy class. And I'll never forget some of the questions they asked me. I was like, what is going on here? Like, it wasn't anything bad. It was just, I guess there were stereotypes or like regionally, it was, they were like, so in the South, why does everybody do this? I was like, I don't do that. What are you talking about? So,
okay. Explain to me what grits are, and then tell me that everyone who says they like grits is not just pretending that they like grits, because that doesn't look like good food at all.
All right. So grits are girls raised in the South.
Or what now?
Girls raised in the South. It's an acronym.
Oh, I like those.
You go to a football tailgate on a Saturday morning. You're going to see that shirt plastered everywhere.
A Southern accent adds a full point and a half. Like a 6 is hi. I'm like, well, there's a 7.5 right there.
DraftKings ball goes way up the leaderboard.
You get into the money.
It's a force multiplier for sure.
See, Butch is he's a true. I'm like my parents were from like Northeast. So I grew up eating cream of wheat, and whenever I started eating grits with my wife's family, they're true Southeasterners, they'll eat grits and liver mush for breakfast.
Ooh.
And I put sugar on there one time on my grits, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing?" Like, that's how I like my grits. It's like cream of wheat, and they're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "It is literally cream of wheat, just a little more coarse. What are you talking about?" So, but it is now. If you start throwing shrimp in your grits, I'm all in. Like, shrimp and grits is one of the greatest things. There's a place down here where I live that gives absolutely electric shrimp and grits. They're really good, man. I mean, the grits are good. I like grits.
So they're made of wheat.
They're made of they're like little, almost like
granular.
I don't even know
really what it is.
Like malto meal almost.
To be honest with you, I've never really liked grits.
See, I don't think anybody does.
I like them.
I mean, shrimp and grits, that you can handle it that way, but still, I mean, I'd rather have oatmeal if it's between the two, because cinnamon sugar,
Oh yeah, you got sweet. I should have. You want me to call my wife? She'll answer that. She loves grits. I mean, she'll eat that. Grits is her thing. Grits and liver mush.
But butter.
Cinnamon sugar.
Stick of butter in there.
Cinnamon sugar, one of the more dominant pairs in all of history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me
I have
French
to have
toast.
I can't have liver mush, grits, bacon. That's too much salt. I need like an egg.
That's a lot. I mean, you'll get gout eating that.
Yes, I need an egg. I need a little meat, and then I need something sweet. So, well, grits. Like I said, you put them on. You put some shrimp on them, and I'm all over it. But okay, you know that we do polls. We do other segments. We have showdown questions. We have do all this thing. We asked this on our last episode. We all have dads. They're kids. We're married. We're dads. So when we talk about things, we have a different perspective, and you get it very well. So what we like to ask these questions that just kind of aren't your normal. Would you rather have pancakes or waffles? Okay, that's great. Whatever. We like to go a little deeper, a little more off the rails. So our last one was, what is the GOAT last minute Christmas gift in the spirit of Christmas that you would recommend to somebody that says, hey, you're running a little bit behind. Let me give you a little knowledge. So what would you tell somebody?
I would say booze. You can get booze. You can, you can stop on the way to wherever you're going and they're going to have booze there. Or steaks. If they don't drink, get them some steaks.
We didn't have that one. That was good. Steaks. You can't go meat. I'm going to give you meat. Like we were talking earlier, I had lottery tickets. That was one of my, hey, you stop by. Nope. No, there's nothing more thrilling than just scratching something off and being like, whoa, I could have won $1,000, but I didn't.
Exactly.
But you could have.
Could have. And all of a sudden you hear grandma yell that she won $50. You're the hero of Christmas.
And you're back in.
Unless you have that one family member that does the barcode and scans it.
Oh.
Before they give it. And you're like, well, I already know this is not a winner.
Yeah.
You can have it back.
You're defeating the purpose.
Oh, man.
All right. We got a little segment. We like to do a little segment at the end of these that kind of fits your show, your personality. So this is the DeLorean Week 16 Time Travel Christmas Gifts, where we run down through the slate, all of the games starting from Saturday, going through Monday quickly. And we're going to say, okay, this is being recorded on Thursday, so we didn't watch the games, but we're going to pretend we did.
Nope.
And when you wake up and you listen to this on Sunday evening or Monday or Tuesday or whatever, you're going to know the results of the game. We're going to do our best to predict what happens and give a gift to either the winner or loser. So the first game up is a Saturday game, and it's Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. So the gift that the Pittsburgh Steelers will get on a Sunday morning will be, Rudolph, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? They're going to get a stuffed Rudolph under the tree because Mason Rudolph is going to throw the football to George Pickens so that he actually does something instead of just sitting there on the sideline while Jaylen Warren gets stopped at the 1 yard line and ruins everybody's fantasy football who had him in their lineup. So you're going to get a stuffed Rudolph under your tree for a Pittsburgh Steelers win. There you go. So the next game, Buffalo and the Chargers. Who's going to win? Who's getting a gift from this game?
Well,
who's winning? Who's going to lose? Whatever.
I think the Chargers are going to unwrap a remote control car with no batteries. That looks really cool, but is essentially useless.
But next year, when you get ready to pull it out, you're going to be like, this car has potential to maybe win the whole thing here.
This is the year I get the batteries. Yeah, every year.
That was good. That was good. It's exactly what I wanted this to go. I knew you were the right guy for this. Indianapolis and Atlanta. ButchP, you want to take a crack at this? Indianapolis is in Atlanta. What is a gift that one of these teams would get on Christmas?
They would get an old used bag of Red Man.
Wait, because of the horseshoe?
Because of Minshew. he's got a chaw.
Wow, nothing like waking up in the morning and running down the stairs and getting a used bag of Red Man Jew. Oh, the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. Okay. I don't know who won that game, but it doesn't matter. Green Bay, I'll let you take this.
I think we all won.
Yes. Oh, I'll let you take this one. Your Packers in Carolina. What's the gift from this game?
Ooh. Well, Carolina Panthers. They've won 2 games. They're going to get a smart television that they find out is stolen when the channels start changing by themselves, because they don't have their own draft pick nor their own gifts. And they're just going to improve the Bears draft pick on this fateful Sunday. So essentially, they're getting a gift that will be repossessed in the spring.
Yes. They rented the TV, and it has to go back at the end of the month.
What are we doing renting TVs and couches? What do you say? Honey, they're going to take the couch today. We didn't pay the couch rent. Don't answer the door. They're coming for the lamps.
Right. Cover it up quick. Get the blankets. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cleveland and Houston. Cleveland is at Houston. CJ Stroud is not playing, so you get Case Keenum versus Joe Flacco. And you're going to open up the very first iPod for this game.
Holy shit. That's what I was going to say.
Because
That's
these
crazy.
these two starting quarterbacks were in college in the early 2000s, and you're going to get a little stroll down memory lane as you open up that bad boy, and it's got not the touch screen but the wheelie. Put your finger on it and you scroll up and down.
Oh,
it
man.
looks like the Vikings
like a miniature
fan
Game Boy.
page blog. So
I was going to say it's because it's the useless thing that you replaced because it wasn't good enough. But I was going to say an old iPod.
yes. And it does. Hey, that works too.
Oh,
All right, Butch. Detroit. We don't know who won that game. It doesn't matter. You're getting gifts.
oh man.
So just be happy. It's Christmas. Everybody shut up. Detroit at Minnesota. Butch, go. What gift are we getting here?
Dude, I'm gonna go with a set.
This is a hard game.
A set of broken golf clubs.
That's a story for another time.
There's relevance there with Detroit.
Yes, a lot of relevance.
Doesn't Goff have a golf course at his home?
Does he?
I think he does.
Does he?
Whoa, I did not know that.
Or a hole.
Well, he probably plays really well early in the golf season and then just completely falls apart about halfway through.
Well, he probably plays good on the front nine and then falls apart on the back.
Yep. Okay, Washington, the Commanders are at the New York Jets. Who's up? Is this you, Eric? I think you're you.
Oh.
Who's getting the gift here?
Hang on, I was doing Jared Goff golf. He does have a golf course in his yard. Okay. What game?
That's pretty sweet though.
Damn, blame it, guys. Man, that A.T. Perry touchdown cost me like $30. That's a shame. The Commanders and the at New York Jets.
Ooh. I think the Jets will get fake weed. That is what they will get. Something that they thought was going to be awesome, but they find out was a complete ripoff.
It was a regular.
And the turf at MetLife Stadium is artificial and not real grass. It needs to be replaced.
This is full circle.
There you go. Okay.
You're going to get Delta Knot reefer for Christmas.
Seattle at Tennessee. We don't know if Will Levis is playing, and I believe Drew Lock might be. So what the Seattle fans will run down the stairs, get to the Christmas tree, and they will get a brand new hot mixtape EP release from Drew Lock titled "We Don't Care About the Philly Fans" fan rally that they held. Nobody cares. That's the name of the album. So a Drew Lock mixtape, Seattle Seahawks fans.
Huh.
All right. Jacksonville at Tampa Bay, Butch P. What's the gift under the tree for the people in this game?
A note that says we're moving to London.
You just get a box of fish and chips. There you go. You get a tea of the month club.
That's what you get. Yep.
All right. Cardinals. Cardinals at Chicago. I think this one's yours, Eric. I've lost all control of the order. So Cardinals at Chicago.
Cardinals at Chicago. I think the boy, I'm not sure who's going to win that football game. They're going to get.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Bears have been playing pretty well. And Kyler Murray just looks like he doesn't care. Maybe they get a baseball bat because Kyler Murray is probably going to leave. Maybe they get a nice old, like.
Oh, no. They get a brand new game of what's the game that he plays?
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
You get an Xbox 360. That's the best gift so far.
The original.
Yep.
All right.
Vice City already loaded on there for you.
Yeah.
Dallas at Miami. The gift under the tree is Butch P. Do you want to do this one since it's Dallas and Miami?
You get off the schneid for beating a relevant team, but your gift
is a one-way ticket to San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
With return flight
doesn't say albacore free on it.
Oh, this game is
may have claimed the life of a dolphin.
You get to swim with the dolphins.
You don't go to SeaWorld. They're under fire. They got killer whales that are doing.
They got a dolphin swimming around in an old shut down tank that they just leave there. I don't know.
What is it?
That's terrible.
We may have to rally against SeaWorld.
Yeah. Have you watched that Blackfin thing before?
No, because I know it'll depress me for a week.
Well, hey, and that's the reason why the dorsal fin lays over. They're depressed.
Yeah, because they're bummed out.
Yeah. I'm like,
just get Jim Irsay on the phone. He's flying whales across the country. Come on.
Yeah.
This game is
AI, not to take us completely off track, but AI is learning how to talk to whales.
What?
Yeah. It's starting to break down whale songs and what it could mean. They say dolphins have names for each other.
What is it?
They call each other?
Or Dora? What's the Finding Nemo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you know dolphins speak their own little clickety squeak language, and false killer whales speak their own whale language, but then they come together in these waters once a year and hunt together, and they speak a third different thing that they both understand.
Dude, that's like
these fish are way smarter than we think.
That's like us. That's like a group of dudes. It's like, oh, I speak one way at work. I speak another way at home, but when I get with the boys once a year, that's a totally different language.
Yep. Yeah, it's the Vegas trip.
This game is very interesting, though. We talk about it some.
Yeah,
but
one of them has to beat a good team.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Does it count as beating a good team when either of them can beat a good team? So did they really beat a good team?
That's a real conundrum.
So do they get credit? I don't know. It's
you're making it.
You're the Cowboys. You're the Cowboys fan, dude.
You're making it.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Miami, possibly more so than Dallas, because Buffalo is coming. They believe they can win that division, and they're playing great football. They've completely wiped that regular season out of their minds where they kind of sucked.
And the Cowboys basically got a free pass because the Eagles lost. So are they going to be as motivated to say we're in win? Are they in win now mode? Really is what
I think they know they're not going to kill. Like the Eagles are probably going to beat the Giants twice and the Cardinals once,
probably.
So I don't know if they feel like they can catch them.
If only we had a Cowboy fan.
If we win out, then we'll be the 2 seed.
Then it'll be 1 and 2 seed. No. San Francisco's the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it'll be 2 and 3 from the East. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the Rams are hot right now.
They are.
And the Seahawks.
They're getting hot every right time. Seahawks, I did not expect to win on Monday night.
So who falls out?
Probably the Packers. Well, the Packers are already falling out.
Who's the
Seattle? Probably.
yeah?
Minnesota
They got quarterback
or
questions.
Or will
Yeah.
the Lions? Can the Lions fall out?
They could, couldn't they? Couldn't Minnesota beat them twice and win the North?
Because they play us in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the Lions have Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. So there's a real possibility the Lions lose.
Boy, that would be very Lions of them to drop the last three.
Would that not be the most Lions thing ever? Oh, all right. Sunday Night Football is an absolute stinker. New England at Denver.
Oh,
and yeah, that's the Sunday Night Football game. That's Christmas Eve. So
that's
while
where
you're just
spend time with the family, act like you're sacrificing something by not watching this.
We had that conversation the other day on our show. We were like, that was the time to just go see Christmas lights. Just do it.
Yep.
That's your free square.
You know, I really want to
listen to
catch this Broncos game tonight, but for you guys, I'm gonna just not watch.
So you're gonna get
let's play throw burrito.
Yes, that game's cool. You're gonna get a Subway gift card. No, yes, you're gonna get a Subway gift card and a letter that you can write, already addressed to Subway to bring back the Dangerous sandwich.
Yeah, that's sweet. For a limited time only. It can be their McRib.
I was going to say it's like the McRib. Just bring it back every now and then. All right. Now we move to Christmas Day. Las Vegas, Kansas City. What is under the tree there? Eric.
A stuffed cheetah. To taunt the Kansas City Chiefs, who are not the same team since they lost Tyreek Hill.
Cheetah.
It's a snow leopard. So it looks like a cheetah, so that you're like, did we? Is that gone? Is it extinct? It looks kind of like a cheetah, but
and as a stocking stuffer, they'll have stick-em-on spray.
It's like the Island of Misfit Toys. You get the elephant with the polka dots on it. You get a leopard that has, like really, really small spots and is kind of like
and a
not
striped
yellowy
tail for some reason.
Yes. All right. New York at Philadelphia. ButchP, what's under the tree here? You could go so many different directions with this.
Oh gosh. You're gonna put an apple in a cheesesteak sandwich and serve it cold.
Please elaborate. What does that mean?
Well, you got New York, the Big Apple, okay?
Yep.
And then Philly cheesesteak. So you ruin the cheesesteak with putting in an apple in it because this is just a trash game altogether. So
who wins this game?
Who wins it?
Yeah, Tommy DeVito.
Oh.
Boston Scott probably have a couple touchdowns. This is the only time he comes out.
The one game. Yeah.
Yes. Forgot about that.
He's been waiting all year for this 3-week stretch.
He is he's the equivalent of Michael or Mariah Carey and Michael Bublé. Like it's they start defrosting them around November. It's like Boston Scott is. It's not Derrick Henry that just gets better when it gets cold.
Everybody's going to load up. That's right. Everybody will load up on Jalen Hurts from his last game, and then or Swift or Gainwell, and then bam, Boston Scott.
Yeah, 12 carries, 8 yards, 3 touchdowns.
There's a 3-game slate, and you can bet your Santa Claus boots that I will be playing some Boston Scott.
Oh, yeah. If you're not playing Boston Scott this week, you don't know ball.
Yes, right. Okay. In the final, the Monday Night Football game, Baltimore at San Francisco.
Some are saying it's the Super Bowl preview.
Some are saying it's an MVP battle. Not me. It's not an MVP battle. Brock Purdy doesn't go that way. He He just wants to win and be a good player for his team. So, what you're going to get, you're going to get a trophy that was from the FFA that has a combine on the top of it. That
The
actually,
Future Farmers of America?
Yes, the FFA trophy with the combine on the top to symbolize Brock Purdy cementing his status as the best quarterback in the league. You're going to get a full set DVDs of the what's the guy's name? Blippy, but it's just the farm equipment. Special guest Brock Purdy.
Do you think it'd be appropriate if they brought Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy and gave it to CMC?
Ooh.
It is in San Francisco. It is in California.
Yeah.
Why? Just so they could take it away from him and give it to Brock
Or just
Purdy?
give him that house. Instead of the trophy, give him the house that you gave Reggie Bush's parents.
Allegedly. Who do you think this game's going to be? This is an awesome Monday Night Football game.
This artificial intelligence, it made some wacky stuff on the schedule, but this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think it's one of the latest games where two teams with this amount of wins, this winning percentage. Some stupid ESPN stat has it probably.
Hey, you know what I was just thinking about? How often is it that a team matches up like this in the regular season and then sees this exact matchup in the Super Bowl? I wonder how many times that's happened.
I don't know.
How many times the eventual Super Bowl matchup was played in like the last 4 weeks.
There was a similar one when KC played Los Angeles, the Rams, whenever they played. Was it Mexico or whatever? And that game was like 45-53 or something.
Yeah, up in the altitude.
You got all the things. Lamar torches the NFC.
He does.
So I don't know. It's going to be a treat. I hope the Niners win by 40. But
the way to beat San Francisco is with your wide receivers. I'm not sure if Lamar can do that.
Yeah.
Or a scrambling quarterback.
They've gotten better. Steve Wilkes has been really good. I mean, Jalen Hurts, they kind of shut down. They pretty much shut down Kyler Murray. So that's given a little more confidence for sure. But I don't know. Baltimore's defense is good. I bet you they try to I bet San Francisco tries to run the ball like 30 times.
I think if they meet in the Super Bowl, the team that loses this game will win that game.
Potentially.
I don't know. I don't see the Ravens. If the Bills make the playoffs, the Ravens aren't making the Super Bowl.
They are rolling.
Yeah.
The Bills found a running game. We've been waiting 5 years for that. Shout out James Cook on my fantasy team. Well, that was a fun game. We didn't have any of that written down other than the game, so that was all off the top of the head. I was really banking on all of us being really good at thinking off the cuff, and we gave some bangers in there. That was awesome. Well, everybody go check out Patriot Sports Radio. Check out Wake and Rake. Check out at PSR Host Guy on Twitter. Check out their podcast, Patriot Sports Radio, all the Rumble stuff, the Super Football podcast, all of that stuff. Anything else you like to say?
No. If you got something you didn't like, pretend you like it. And if you take it back, be real sneaky about it.
Yes. So that was the show. I mean, we'll be back on Wednesday this week. After Christmas, we'll break everything down. We're getting better at not going for 17 minutes way over than we're supposed to. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Merry Christmas.
Christmas, boys.